Namo Vasudevaya. Canto 1, Chapter 2, Shloka 21. भिद्यते हृदयग्रन्थि छिद्यते सर्वसंशयाः क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि दृष्ट एवात्मनीश्वरे. भिद्यते pierced, hridaya heart, granthi notes, chidyade cut to pieces, sarva all, samshaya misgivings, kshiyante terminated, cha and asya his, karmani chain of fruitive actions, drishte having seen, eva certainly, atmani onto the self, stvare dominating. भिद्यते हृदयग्रन्थि छिद्यन्ते सर्वसंशयाः क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि दृष्ट एवात्मनीश्वरे. Thus the knot in the heart is pierced and all misgivings are cut to pieces. The chain of fruitive actions is terminated when one sees the self as master. भिद्यते हृदयग्रन्थि छिद्यन्ते सर्वसंशयाः क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि दृष्ट एवात्मनीश्वरः. Attaining scientific knowledge of the personality of God means seeing one's own self simultaneously. As far as the identity of the living being as spirit self is concerned, there are a number of speculations and misgivings. The materialist does not believe in the existence of the spirit self, and empiric philosophers believe in the impersonal feature of the whole spirit without individuality of the living beings. But the transcendentalists affirm that the soul and the super soul are two different identities, qualitatively one but quantitatively different. There are many odd other stories, but as these different speculations are at once cleared off as soon as Sri Krishna is realized in truth by process of Bhakti Yoga, Sri Krishna is like the sun, and the materialistic speculations about the absolute truth are like the darkest midnight. As soon as Krishna, sun is arising within one's heart, the darkness of materialistic speculations about the absolute truth and the living beings is at once cleared off. In the presence of the sun, the darkness cannot stand, and the relative truth that were hidden within the dense darkness of ignorance become clearly manifested by the mercy of Krishna, who is residing in everyone's heart as a supersoul. In the Bhagavad Gita, in 10th chapter, 11th shloka, Lord says, in order to show special favor to his pure devotees, he personally eradicates the dense darkness of all misgivings by switching on the light of pure knowledge within the heart of a devotee. Therefore, because of the personality of God's taking charge of illuminating the heart of his devotee, certainly a devotee engaged in his service in transcendental love cannot remain in darkness. He comes to know everything of the absolute and of relative truth. The devotee cannot remain in darkness, and because a devotee is enlightened by the personality of God, his knowledge is certainly perfect. This is not the case for those who speculate on the absolute truth by dint of their own limited power of approach. Perfect knowledge is parampara or deductive knowledge coming down from the authority of the submissive oral receiver who is bona fide by service and surrender. One cannot challenge the authority of the Supreme and know him also at the same time. He reserves the right of not being exposed to such a challenging spirit of an insignificant spark of the whole. A spark subjected to the control of illusionary energy. The devotees are submissive, and therefore the transcendental knowledge descends from the personality of God to Brahma, and from Brahma to his sons and disciples in succession. This process is helped by the super soul within such devotees. That is a perfect way of learning transcendental knowledge. This enlightenment perfectly enables the devotee to distinguish spirit from matter because the knot of spirit and matter is untied by the Lord. This knot is called ahankara and is falsely obliges a living being to become identified with matter. As soon as this knot is loosened, therefore all the clouds of doubts are at once cleared off. One sees his master and making a full termination, fully engages himself in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, making a full termination of the chain of fruitive action. In materialistic existence, a living being creates his own chain of fruitive work and enjoys the good and bad effects of those actions life after life. But as soon as he engages himself in the loving service of the Lord, he at once becomes free from the chain of karma. His actions no longer create any religion. भिद्यते हृदयग्रन्थि छिद्यन्ते सर्वसंशयाः क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि दृष्ट एवात्मनीश्वरः श्रीहरे नमः गोपिका जीवनस्मरणं गोविन्द गोविन्द नारायण अखिल गुरो भगवन् नमस्ते।